asking today if social influencers in Ghana are empowering the youth or promoting unrealistic lifestyles. And I like the clicks on the end at the end of the unrealistic. Are social media influencers in Ghana empowering youth or promoting unrealistic lifestyles? And I love the fact that these two guys are going to be having a discussion with me today. Just the two of them. I think sometimes Esinu neutralizes it too much. When the two of them meet, I love it. But I miss Esinu. Oh, I mean, we are on break. Oh my goodness. Anyways, guys, before I welcome you to the studio, oh, yeah. And this is me sitting, I stand there, I had to go more than that.
I'll tell you. Why, if you sit, it restricts the
Well, for me, some people, when they stand, they do...
They sing better.
They are able to...
Pump air.
They're able to hold better.
Ah, okay.
Hey, Jane. Oh, okay, let's get serious. Are social media influencers empowering the youth or giving them pressure? I mean, the last time I checked, I mean, sometimes you can see their posts. You look at their cars,
the kind of life
lifestyle,
living.
their homes. I'm not going to mention names, but you can see. Sometimes it looks like, even if this young person is doing this, then Charlie, let me quickly find some money. So now it looks like the whole Ghana is doing content creating.
I'm telling you.
And then now it's like our other brothers from the other regions also are taking it to the next level. When you watch TikTok, you can see that some of them have taken it to another level, and it's getting out of hand. Others will say they are making some money from it, so why not?
They are making good money.
They're really
making good money, and those making the good money, you'd say, are those who grew. They started from somewhere, and we who have been following them for a long time know where they started from. So I can vouch for my girl, Chef Abby's.
Okay.
She's a TikTok influencer. I went to tertiary with Chef. And she used to cook in school for people to buy. Her food is top. And then she veered into her food is like top. It's Gen Z language. Her food is
I'm
good.
sorry.
Her food is top. Her food is like very good. Then after school, she decided to veer into. She's an engineer. She learned. She studied engineering in school, but she decided to veer into full-time.
As for Ghana, the engineers in school, they don't use them as example. Because it doesn't mean anything. Like, don't say she's an engineer.
Which machine are they coming to?
I know an engineer who boldly says, "But I'm
No, if I check.
Because they learned it in school.
Which machine is it going to
So you are trying to say that the engineering they learn is not practical?
They don't. I don't know if they don't practice in school, but I'm sure they have some practical.
They do
sessions. Yeah,
they do.
Which machine?
But
they do. I mean, every now.
Is she a civil engineer or what? What kind of engineer? Because engineering is
they have
very
sub
broad.
branches.
Yeah.
I cannot recall what specifically.
Engineer.
Okay, but back to the topic.
But for Chef Abby's, we have seen how she has grown, and she started from like putting her content on TikTok. She just leave it there, and then she decided to build on adding like quality. She invested in cameras and things.
I love her content.
I'm telling you, she's improved
follow her
so much.
And sometimes I have to use her page, like show others what she's doing with her content. I love what she did with the whole trying to cook from every region.
I'm telling
in Ghana, I thought that was very beautiful,
very creative,
but something I wouldn't have thought of. And then there are times where she tries cuisines from other countries.
From other regions.
I think her content
very,
is
very
like,
innovative.
yeah.
And for her, every now and then, she'll just do like a reel of how she started, where she is now, and just to say consistency works.
Yeah.
You understand? Just empowering other content creators. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. Just make sure that every now and then you're posting what you want to do best or what you do best. So for her, I can say that to some extent. If you're looking
let's look
to
at
her,
the majority.
you can get inspo.
So now we have, maybe we've just mentioned her, but do we think in as a whole, as a unit, do you think they're empowering the youth, or they're just promoting unrealistic lifestyles?
I just think they are making ends meet.
No, but I want you to speak to the question. It's not everybody's making money. I don't think they're empowering. I think they're doing the latter. They're trying to create or paint some kind of picture. They may not be doing it consciously, but every now and then, if they're posting content and they're showing off their car, showing off the kind of life, a few of them are quite real. I don't think I've seen anything from like Chef Abby that is beyond the ordinary.
She doesn't post them. But
she
every now and then.
No, but I follow her, so I also see her without her contents. Like maybe if she's gone somewhere, I don't think she really shows a certain lifestyle.
She doesn't.
I think Amma Berland is also another example. I mean, I'm just using.
I feel we shouldn't be mentioning names, Anna.
Oh no, we can.
You know, yesterday was social media day. World Social Media Day.
Yeah, yes.
So we can big them up.
We can. I mean, the ones who are doing well, we have to big them up.
The ones that are not doing well.
Yeah, we fire.
I feel like it becomes a problem of showing off when you decide to post something. Let me cite an example. Recently, someone was doing like an apartment update. She was furnishing her apartment, and she said she bought curtains for a certain amount, which to people is very outrageous.
Maybe she bought it from a shop that's expensive.
20,000, between 10,000 to 20,000 CDs, and this like one window curtain. And people were saying, oh, she's lying, other people. So there's a question of, are you being authentic, or is just for the public? You understand?
But what if she's been paid to do it?
She's been paid to do it.
Did she mention the name of the shop?
No, she didn't, because she didn't want to seem as if she was spoiling the person's market. But she came to rant on her YouTube. That she bought it for real. She bought it for real. Yeah, this is something she bought with her own money.
Yeah, so maybe she bought it for real.
So people would think that she's bragging, and some people will feel pressured. Like, why would you even buy a pair of curtains for 12,000?
I mean, I used to be in that bracket. Until when I started my small agency work, I realized a few of the clients want to work with some of the influencers. And sometimes when they send me their quotes, it's almost unbelievable. Like, I feel like, hey, and they tell you, others are paying for it.
Exactly.
And to my amazement, the clients are willing to pay for their services.
They are.
So if, somebody in her 20s or early 20s, and she's able to earn this amount, she can live a certain lifestyle without thinking about it, especially when life no really hits you like that, so maybe we might be saying it's unrealistic, but to them,
they're making money to afford
because I remember there's this particular one that I remember the money when I was paying the person. I saw Tama because it's like half of what they were supposed to pay the whole agency. It's like the marketing budget. It was like half the marketing budget. And I'm thinking this person is just supposed to post three posts, and do 1x spaces. So I was like, to pay all, but I understand that they've grown the brand to a certain level, and so is the value. So I understand.
Some of them, they feel like for where they are right now, if they settle for smaller quotations, it becomes the standard. So they do not really tolerate
in Ghana, that can be true.
Coming to them with small monies, but
okay.
And some of them are empowering.
Mike,
others too.
What do you think? What's your take on this one? Are they empowering the youth? Or I think someone like Kobe Che is doing well. every now and then. I see some positive stuff.
Giving back to the
society. Even drawing in more people, conscientizing people, disseminating information, getting people to know what is happening in a certain village somewhere.
True.
You know, I think that's cool. Wudimaya is also doing well with travel. Mike, what do you think?
For me, I see a lot of misbehavior going on in the space. Like you see a lot, majority of the content, total rubbish, excuse me to say. Like full of rubbish. And sometimes, like, because our SOT is not able to cross, we are capped and everything. When you get the chance to travel outside, you find out that 70 to 80% of the content you are seeing are very beneficial.
Okay, can you explain what SOT is? Because
search engine optimization.
Okay.
Those things. You know, when you are searching for something, when you are capped, you see things within the space. And you're not getting
for
stuff.
people who are not maybe tech savvy and listening, it's basically when you Google, it's how you pop up. Either you don't come at all. Like for instance, if you Google Trigmatic and you're in Ghana, or maybe you find yourself in South Africa or Liberia, and you Google Trigmatic, or you Google Jane, maybe there's a Jane Bannerman
in that area.
That means she has a better SOE or SOT set up for her. And so she's able to get like easily searched than you. You know, but you are all Jane Bannerman. And so maybe there are more things like hashtags and stuff that you need to do in order to pop up maybe your first 5
feed.
Get on people's feed. So that's basically it. I hope I've explained it well.
Try.
Then explain it.
Oh no, but I'm
just trying to paint the picture.
So that everybody gets. I agree. Sometimes when you get back here and everything, you look at most of the contents today and everything, you are even scared, like your children or even younger people should have access to phones right now. Because the last time I chanced on a content, like young girls from SHS, they are not even completed. And if you look at the things that they were saying and the talking that they were doing. You sit back and you're asking yourself, in the next 3 years, what's going to happen?
Do you think we need to define who an influencer is?
No, as it stands right now, we can't even define who a celebrity is.
We can look at the technical.
If the person is even able to influence 200 people, trust me, that's an influencer.
Because now
there is a level of influence there. And influencing even 100 people, that means that the 100 people, if they have 20 people following each of them, you have to multiply that by that.
Well,
number.
for educational purposes, what I see here is that a social media influencer is someone who has built a credible and engaging online presence and has the power to influence the opinions, behaviors, or purchasing decisions of their followers, usually through platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, or Facebook. And it goes on to say, key traits of a social media influencer: authentic voice, they share content that feels real and relatable. Strong following, they have a loyal audience. Niche focus, sometimes people are into fashion, sports, fitness, tech. Content creators, they produce videos, photos, reviews, etc. That's why we have the
you mean examples?
Yes, the guy with the big head. The KSS show and others, they fall under this category. And then you have brand partners. Influencers often collaborate with businesses to promote products and campaigns. And so a social media influencer is someone who uses their online personality and following to impact what others think, feel, or buy.
Right.
For the few names I have in mind, I think they make the cut.
The few names I have also make the cut.
So for me, I feel that they are posing, they are threats to tomorrow's future for the youth. Not even to say unreally, like they are really a threat. I'm telling you, like a full threat. It's not even about. So at a point in time, with the names that you are mentioning that are doing good now, trust me. So their following is a niche of people.
Yes.
But the whole bandwagon of a lot of people are following these people. Now, the danger is that they have the numbers, and now brands are even
seeking after them.
Yeah.
Now it is getting to a point that their lifestyle will also begin to affect these brands. So I mean, we are moving towards a space of chaosness, and nobody is even paying attention to all these things. And I mean, that sits with Ministry of Communication. I mean, to be able to come in to make sure some of these, because how can somebody jump from maybe a height and then land in a gutter? That is content.
Are you talking about senior man?
Charlie.
Charlie, but that's my favorite.
You see, I mean,
I think, well, I must be honest, I think Lele's stunts are quite dangerous, though.
It's extremely dangerous.
I mean, there was one that he was just coming with a bike and just entered a shop. And I mean, I was just imagining, like, what if he injures himself badly? It's not as if you've insured the production. It's not like, there was this other one.
Content.
He went to buy food and then he slipped and fell into a gutter. And he makes his stunts look real.
Very real.
And I know that, by now I'm sure he has quite a number of scars. Well, let's find out what Facebook is saying. Trigmatic the says unnecessary pressure. Living unrealistic lives, which tends to put pressure on the young ones, as if life was that easy. Freetown GH says 70%. Make me understand. Mayo says yes. Okay, make me understand. Shiel the Saint says empower them, I beg. Imoro Nuruddin says just unrealistic lifestyle. David Owusu says some, and Regatu says the latter. So it means unrealistic lifestyles. Most of them are, this is from Martin says most of them are greedy and bluff a lot. At this point, I'm going to open the phone line 0559-242-717. And 0556-910-154. Well, don't you also think your interest determines the influencers that come to you?
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Michael,
I think so.
I'm throwing this question to Michael especially because he said... Because of where he stands.
The SOTs.
Yes.
So, I mean, you see, there are no options. When you live in a space that there are no options, you find yourself actually opting for what is even wrong just to be able to make your cut. People have KPIs. These marketing guys have KPIs to meet at the end of the year. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it is not good, but now what for do? So, you end up going with some of these people and everything. But, I mean, if we are able to push for the right things to be done. I mean, we give some of these people platforms for them to continue to do what they are doing.
All right, hold that thought. Let me pick this call. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, Trigmatic.
Good evening. Who am I speaking to?
Yeah, you're speaking to Frank or me.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get your question of the concept of your program, but I wanted to get it and then contribute.
Well, we're asking a question: if social media influencers in Ghana, whether they are empowering the youth or they are just promoting unrealistic lifestyles.
Some in adult sense, some are promoting, and mostly there are a lot of them really spoiling the youth. The kind of trends they post on social media. Social media tends to something like not educative, but rather something straining the youth from learning the actual things from social media. Most of the youth go there, and all they do is let me post my picture.
Yeah.
Some funny, sexy pictures or necessary pictures like that.
Wow.
But that is not the actual things of social media.
Okay. All right. Thank you. 0559-242-717. We're asking you this question today. We want to find your thoughts. Are social media influencers in Ghana empowering the youth or promoting unrealistic lifestyles? Also there are times where they get invited to places and they post it. And so you get to see the cars they go in with. You get to see.
Yeah. Most of them are rental cars.
Yes.
Exactly.
Rentals.
So then I feel like Can I?
Let me pick.
Okay.
But don't forget that. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
This is Abraham Spintex.
Abraham from Spintex. Shoot, my brother.
Man. Okay, so they are having negative influence and positive as well.
Okay, share it with us. Share the negatives with us.
You know, some people know that what I am posting is not good, but they will have to post it because they will get more likes. And now we are condoning bad things. When you're like, hey, you are insulting, and it's funny, you are insulting elderly people in your content. It's funny, so you get more likes.
More likes, yeah.
So you don't want to do anything gospel, anything like good moral, and then it will just get like for. So, the gentleman in the studio said, everybody will now be moving to your side because you are getting likes.
Yeah.
When you do the bad thing, you get more likes, so people will go there. But the good one too is that there are people out there in their comic and in every content they are doing, they are teaching something new, something positive. So I think we should like the good ones more than
the bad ones.
The bad ones.
All right.
So if we concentrate on that, people will just follow the trend to the good side. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Wow. So some are good and some are bad, just like everything else. But we want to know the majority. What is? Do we have more good ones? I mean, I think I chanced upon another girl's page, Juliana Moating or something. Oh man, beautiful. She does her makeup thing, and she does it telling biblical stories.
Yeah.
And she does it so effortlessly.
And even that she recently started.
Oh.
The biblical thing she recently started.
I love it because
there's one girl that used to do, is it Blue or something?
Blue.
Okay, I haven't seen that one. I love her content because, you know, it makes me
want to listen
and then go and check the scripture itself, and then it sticks better than even when I read it,
right?
Because then she paints a picture of it. She's like, you know, why would you marry and ask somebody to go and marry another person? And by the time she's done, she's talking about Abraham or something. I'm like, wow,
while
this girl
also promoting the brands
and stuff.
You know,
and I think she's Corey, cut this one for me. 0559242717 0556910154. Now, most of them are also doing podcasts, and so they are discussing stuff, and that can be the dangerous part because
that area is very infiltrated.
Yes, because now they're throwing out a lot of knowledge, information. They are discussing it. People are sharing their opinions. Some of the opinions are very immature. But then people take it as truth, take it as Bible.
And it affects the person's, like the influencer's personality.
Yes. That's where sometimes it scares me. Now the podcast culture is growing, everybody's doing it, but the things they discuss, you know, because some of them are still in the very experimental ages, and they say all kinds of things like, when I did this and I did that. So now it's becoming a thing. If you talk to a lot of young people, they sound like some of these guys. They begin to think like some of these guys, and it can
forgetting that social
dangerous.
Media, everything that you see there is curated. You get what I'm saying? So you know, it's like it's
true, it's not true.
It's true, it's
Believe
not true.
It at your
it's
own
a certain imbalance thing. You get what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of rubbish in it. There's a lot of rubbish.
Social media.
Before, when Michael was talking about the car rental thing, I was just going to say that the question on promoting unrealistic lifestyle, it lies with us, the consumers or supposed fans. If the fact that someone is coming in a certain car doesn't mean that the person owns the car or anything like that.
But Jane,
if the person is posting something, the person may not necessarily tell you that, oh, this thing is mine, or
Jane, honestly,
believe it at your own risk.
Jane, honestly, a lot of people
believe it
that.
at your
It's because you know these things. Like, we are looking at those who are very vulnerable out in the space.
With that, I agree with Michael. I agree with you, but it's because you are technical, because you are in it.
You are in the space. space.
You know. Somebody watching, like, I had a bunch of people insulting me.
Okay.
That I started my job in a Range Rover with motorbikes or something. Like, I got a lot of insults from there. Yeah. From there, I got a lot of insults.
We never discussed
the
this.
insults are still on Facebook. You can check it out.
Right.
And for me, well, I have a tough skin. Yeah, I can't be bothered. The Facebook, I go there once, and I go there to read the messages for you guys, and then I move on. But if you are watching, I'm sure they're also watching and thinking, but yeah, these people, they're gonna be this one, this. So what Michael is saying can be true.
Yeah.
When you walk by guys discussing things,
you'll be surprised.
You'll be surprised.
You'll be so
the things that they believe.
Wow, these things are like this.
The little the influencers can do is maybe sometimes debunk some of these allegations.
That's why I like the likes of this other girl that speaks a lot of Ga. She has a very pretty face. Miss Annie.
Yeah, Miss Annie.
I love her content because it's very real. Like she even if she was taking an Uber, she said, I took my Uber today and I did this and I went to eat square and coming something somewhere. I love her content, because I think she's making you understand that you can be yourself. Sorry to mention her again, Berland. I've watched the content, Jane.
No,
I don't like the look on your face.
Me, I have not said anything.
She has.
What does she do?
She's a lifestyle
influencer.
Oh, okay.
And when she's talking about the hair and everything, sometimes she chips in her personal life.
Yeah.
There was times she said she was taking fans out.
Yeah.
I watched when she took the first guy out, where they hung out, they bought ice cream and stuff. It was nice. It was cool. You can see. This is her. Yeah. Natural person. Reality. And then you have the other ones who are showing you extreme things, homes they live in or own and stuff like that.
Curtains for 20,000.
But you'll never forget this, I bet you.
But if she bought it for 20,000, then she bought it for 20,000.
But why do you have to tell us? You see,
she was giving an apartment update. Yeah, update. And she's telling you.
See, some of these things.
She has even influenced me right now. I'm going to go and buy
curtains, 25,000.
Yes.
Actually, I want to buy drinking cup.
For how much?
60,000. I mean, we are the reason why they are still doing what they are doing, because you know why? We are consuming the content.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You get it? In other places, some of these things will be flagged out. You get what I'm saying? That's
true. Though.
In other places, trust me, most of these contents will be flagged out. But unfortunately for us here, and you know the amazing thing, they are Kwanjere people. See, I'm saying one day somebody will mess glass with Lipton and will just die. I'm telling you.
All right, guys, we're wrapping up. Since Michael, you're already on the floor, maybe you can wrap up for us, and then Jane will go.
Okay, so I mean, Ghanaian influencers are both empowering and misleading the youth, and in my opinion, and I feel majority of them are really misleading the youth. And what I want the youth to understand is that there is always a tomorrow. Whatever today you do, because of the same social media platform, there is always a blueprint. In my generation is the 80s. We came to meet the whole social media thing. So most of the things I have done in the past, there is no record of it. But this generation, there is a record that will stay forever. You get what I'm saying? So today it might look okay for you, but remember that you are going to grow, you are going to mature.
The internet never forgets.
And then would you be proud that when you have kids and they look back 20 years, 10 years down the line, they will say that, Mama, you have done very well. Papa, you have done very well. I mean, and then to the space we have now, let's encourage the people who are doing the right things by giving them a lot of likes. So that we will allow the rubbish to actually fade away. You understand? But because we are paying attention to it, that is why somebody can jump a height, come and fall into a gutter and get over 2K likes, and then the likes are going.
If like the jumping, really worry you.
See, I saw... because of the small boy at home, the small boy jump. I say, what is that? He said, I'm doing this. I said, Why? Where did you see this? It's something he's seeing on his phone.
Yeah, on his phone, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So imagine how many times if he's able to watch this for the next 6 months. I'm sure by the time you'll be jumping. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and then you should understand whatever it is that you are seeing is created. Please, like tricks this thing and everything. It was an entry. It was a scripted thing that he has to go to. I mean, he asked.
Corey, promote this one. Promote this one.
I mean, I don't see why somebody will even come online and come and insult something. And you know, most people are ignorant. What you are ignorant about, you have to ask questions.
Yeah.
So I mean, you sit back, put a whole lot of hard work into it about somebody's entry, a whole production, and then the next moment you are saying, so you shouldn't sit in a Range Rover, you should sit in Aboboya.
We cancel it in Jesus' name.
And then come on. Now it will get to a point when you even want to swallow your own saliva, you have to ask people, can I swallow it?
Like I get that a lot. You remember, you know, we whenever if you would cast your mind, whenever we go out to eat, and we go to that place,
the joint.
Yeah, everybody
everybody is shocked.
They look at me like,
what are you doing?
So am I
here?
not supposed to eat?
Like, see.
And the way I don't play with fufu, no.
I said, I remember the day you bend that. The guy was standing there. He said, it's him. This one says,
I'm surprised we've not seen any of your pictures circulating at that spot.
You understand? We can't eat fufu in peace again. Yeah. I mean.
Yeah, I get you. I get you, Michael. Jane.
I'll keep my thing brief. Shouts to all the positive influencers.
Yeah.
Some of them are actually doing very, very good. Shouts to all those who have like found their niche and influencing positively. All I'll say is do what you can do in a way that will influence people positively, because that is what will bring you the good deals. You understand?
Yeah. I just want to add up. Normally, I don't have opinions, but I just want to add up by sending a message rather to corporate Ghana.
Okay.
I know that for you guys, all you speak is numbers. So you want your numbers, but treat the people of Ghana with respect. So that in you seeking your numbers, also look for people. People with relevance, people with positive influence. Also, when they goof, quickly take them off your thing.
Thank you.
That's something we don't do.
Thank you.
Like after Chris Brown's issue with Rihanna, he pretty much lost every endorsement deal. Same with Rick Ross after mentioning in his music something about girls, young girls. You immediately Puma pulled out, you know, and that's how we see that you are equally as corporates. So please, we respect your shirt and tie.
I agree.
And we also think that the sanity won't come from just the influencers. It will come from you guys also. Like we're all talking about the positive influencers, but like Michael is saying, look, these positive guys are looking at the ones doing the other ones, making more money than they are. And so obviously they will be tempted. Like one day, Charlie, if I have 1 million people following me and I'm telling them good stuff and it's not happening, why don't I? And please, let's start considering influencing children also, creating content for children. I think it's one thing we don't do in this country.
I have seen a podcast on TikTok that has children as hosts. I can't remember the name, but I have not listened to the kind of content.
Yes, please, let's listen first before we comment.
I will.
Let's do that first. I think that's a good point.
We don't have a lot of content. Even filmmakers and stuff, they don't consider creating stuff for children. And so everything our kids consume now comes from the West. And then we turn back and complain that they are influencing them to sound a certain way. All our kids now have accents and they sound a certain way. Even if you've noticed, now your kids talk, daddy.
And then they have, you know, that cartoon they work with the
they walk like that.
Yeah, so they are all walking like that.
But so you have a child.
I have children.
Yeah, he has children.
Oh, I see.
We have children.
You think we are playing?
Yeah, we have children. So please, let's create content for them as well. Keep the space sane and safe. 45 minutes after 4, and this has been the 3FM Drive. At 5 o'clock, we'll go for Hot Edition, and we'll come back to continue the drive at 6 p.m. You don't want